Sherman. Tune in every Sunday this summer from 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. to enjoy this weekly Sherman Griffin promotional event, bringing you the best music, comedy, and poetry in Milwaukee. Here's your host, Heinzel Kunzman.
Hi, welcome to the Sherman Griffin's fourth promotional event of the summer. My name is Heinzel Kunzman. We are doing live performances of some of the best music, comedy, and poetry in Milwaukee throughout the summer, every Sunday from 4:30 to 5:30, all the way up until August 14th. Today we have some wonderful piano music. Next week is the 12th, so we have some flamenco music for you, a flamenco dancer and guitarist. On the 19th, we have Mike Neumeier on vibraphone. And then the last Sunday, June 26th, we'll have Mario the Poet, who is the Poet Laureate of Milwaukee this year. And then the July events calendar is almost put together as well. The Sherman Griffin is a 501c not-for-profit organization with the purpose of trying to establish a music school and performance venue in an area of Milwaukee that could benefit from those activities. It's a 501c3 organization, so we accept donations of any size. If you'd like to make a donation this summer, all of the donations will go towards these performances, these promotional events that we're doing during the summer. They wouldn't go towards establishing the construction or renovations of any building. And one of these performances costs about $200 to do. So we could use any help that we could get. We have about $600 left in the bank right now, so we can definitely make it through June, but it'd be nice to keep going through July and August as well. You can make a donation by going to our website, theshermangriffin.org, and there's a PayPal button on the homepage. You can also mail me a check if you like. My home address is 4114 North 87th Court, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The zip is 53222. If you mail me a check, I'll mail you back a letter of receipt, and you can use that letter of receipt to write the donation off on your taxes. Today we have 4 participants of the Wisconsin Youth Competition, which is a competition through Piano Arts. We originally invited Sue Medford, the founder of Piano Arts, to come join us, but she's busy with a lot of activities that take place for their organization during the month of June, including the finalists for the competition that I mentioned, the Wisconsin Youth Competition, which will take place at the Wisconsin Conservatory of Music from June 17th to June 20th. You're welcome to, I don't believe that the events cost, I think they're asking for entrance fees. So you're welcome to go to see the finalists perform at the conservatory on those dates. We're very fortunate to have 4 participants of the Wisconsin Youth Piano Competition to join us today to perform their concertos for you. And it does take some time to get through their music, so we'll jump right into the music. And there's 4 of them, so we'll kind of break from our usual format. And after every performance, we'll talk with the performer briefly to get to know them a little bit and what they went through to learn their music. So we're going to start off first with Leah Kunzman, who is going to perform Bach Keyboard Concerto in D minor. Okay, so this is the part where we do like a short interview and get to know you a little better. So when we in the beginning we had to select a concerto to learn for this particular event. And if you can try to talk into the microphone, I should also talk into the microphone. And we had several concertos to choose from. Is there a reason that you chose this particular concerto?
Well, choosing a concerto piece, kind of went onto like YouTube to like look for people that played the concertos. When I came across this piece though, like it kind of like it spoke to me. It like though in the beginning, and it just has like a kind of like it's Bach. It's kind of like aggressive a little bit, but it had like some parts where it's kind of like difficult, but it sounds really cool. So like I just really wanted to learn this piece. Yeah.
Great. And then could you describe your learning process for this piece of music? How long did it take you to learn it? And how you had kind of an interesting situation where you were learning this concerto in Taiwan in the beginning, and then you were able to, when you came back here, you were able to learn in person more. Can you describe the learning process a little bit?
Yeah. So when I chose out the piece, it was 29 pages long, and it took roughly about 2 years to learn. But unfortunately, because of COVID, it got the event got canceled, so I had to wait another year. In the beginning, like I learned the first few pages here, and then for 2 years, I went back to Taiwan for school. So I didn't come back for 2 years, and I had piano lessons on Saturday. And it's kind of hard to like learn a piece, especially like a pretty difficult piece, when you're like overseas and and it's virtual. But we were able to get most of the things done. And then when I got back 2 years after, we were able to perfect some of the small things that like I didn't get to. It's like dynamics, articulation, and stuff, things like that. So yeah.
Great. And let's see. Okay, so easy softball questions to finish things up with. What grade are you in, and what school do you go to, and what's one activity you like to do besides piano?
So I go to Whitefish Bay Middle School, and I'm in seventh grade. I'm 13 this year, and I'll be turning 14 in October. And one activity that I really enjoy doing is like probably singing, because I like to sing a lot. Like when I'm like doing my homework, I'm like getting ready, I just like casually sing like that. But another activity that really also like speaks out to me is it's called Chinese yo-yo. It's like there's two sticks, and then it's connected by one string, and then there's like a yodeling in the middle, and you can do like tricks with it. So yeah.
Thank you very much. All right. Yeah, thank you. By the way, I'm just going to test out real quick to make sure that the sound's going through here. Be a shame if we did all this and then turned out it wasn't going through. Let's see. Be a shame if we did all this and then looks like it didn't. Okay. So then our next performer is Elsie Shi, and then she'll be performing Beethoven Concerto No. 1 in C major. Leah, could you turn pages for me? Nice job.
Thank you.
So, how long did it take you to learn this concerto?
About the same as I were participating in the same competition. It was originally 2 years, but we took this third year to perfect on little techniques such as self-added trills and dynamics. So I would say about 2 and 3/4-ish years, I suppose.
And is there a reason that you chose Beethoven over some of the other concertos?
Well, in the piano world, Beethoven's very iconic, known as one of the most known piano composers. So when I was looking upon the music on YouTube, this one, Beethoven's first concerto, it's just like I loved it, and like somehow I was like, I know I have to do this piece, and yeah, I did it.
Wow, that's great. So what was one of the biggest challenges that you think you had to overcome with this concerto?
Beethoven is very expressive, and this music was created when he hadn't lost his hearing yet. So he loved to express his music. So one of the hardest parts was memorizing where all the dynamics are, where all the like articulation, where legatos and staccatos are. But I managed to do it.
Yeah, very very nice job. So, and also to follow up with a few easy questions, what school do you go to? What grade are you in? And what's one activity you like to do besides piano?
I go to Asa Clark Middle School, and I'm in 7th grade. I'm 13 years old, turning 14 in April. And one thing I love to do is also singing. I go to the Milwaukee Children's Choir, and we often sing concerts and stuff like that.
I bet when you're playing piano, you probably can hear a lot of vocal music in the music that you're playing.
Yeah.
And probably helps to play more expressively and melodically. That's great. Thank you very much. Yeah, very great. So next up, we'll have Julian Whelan, and he's going to perform also a Bach concerto, but a different one. This one's in F minor. remember? Jump in. You want to,
Sorry.
You got it.
Where was I?
You were over here.
Well, so I'm gonna start like up here, I think.
Okay. Why don't we find a spot like over here?
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Can you jump ahead?
Sorry.
Can you jump ahead to like right here?
Sorry.
You want to just end right here? It's okay.
Here,
You want
can
to
I
finish
just?
it up?
I can finish it. Okay. Okay. I'll start right here.
Okay. There you go. We can do a different spot here.
I don't know.
Here, one. Excuse me.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
Right here. Yeah. It's not easy when you have to do. I mean, it's a lot of information you're processing all at one moment, right? And when you're in the moment, maybe by yourself you can do it, right? And then when you have the added pressure of being able to do it on the spot, it gets a little more. It's hard to keep it all in your mind at the same time, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, why did you choose this concerto?
Well, I chose this one because I really liked it. I guess I don't really know why I like it so much specifically, but I really like the melodies and the harmonies in it. I really enjoyed the piece.
Did you listen to any recordings of?
Yeah, I did. I listened to some recordings of concertos, and I thought that this was my favorite one. I don't know. Really
was there a particular performer that you thought played it really well?
Not that I remember.
Okay. What were some of the biggest challenges for you in learning this piece?
I mean, some of the challenges are the dynamics, because since it was originally written for harpsichord, there's no harpsichord. You can't really change the volume of the keys. So when you play it in piano, you kind of have to figure that out yourself, where you're gonna play it louder or quieter. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was something. Also, just an interesting challenge trying to find time to work on something like this. And I think that, I mean, if I was able to do it, but that was yeah,
you have a lot. It's one of the biggest challenges. One of the big challenges to be able
Yeah.
to work on a huge project like this while also going to school and
Yeah.
you know, having a social life and doing other activities, like you're in cross country too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that was useful. It's a useful skill to have to be able to, balance many things.
hmm How do you see working on something like this Bach concerto carrying over into your other aspects of your life? Is there a skill that you
Yeah.
in learning a piece of music like this?
I think that the biggest thing is kind of just saying that, there's a lot of strategy that you really need to have with, how you're working on it, not just when you're working on it, and, working effectively. And
when you're running
Yeah.
cross country, do you ever hear this melody running through your mind at the same time?
yeah, sometimes I think that's also a useful thing to try to work on the piece, especially with memorization. Yeah, I'd say also memorization was one of the biggest challenges with this piece. You can
Big challenge, that's true.
kind of tell.
Yeah, well, real quick before we let you go, what school do you go to, and what grade are you in? And just one interesting thing else about you that's not related to piano.
I go to Whitefish Bay High School, and I'm basically the end of my sophomore year, and I run cross country and track.
Great. Yeah, great. Thank you very much for playing.
Thank you.
All right, so then we'll have our last performance of the day. This is Sophia Bernhardt, and she's going to perform Mendelssohn. This is not his concerto. He has a well-known concerto, but this is a Capriccio Brilliant, Opus 22. Let's see this one.